Laura just finished her divorce proceedings with her ex-husband, smiling all the while, but the more he thought about it, the angrier he got. He insisted it wasn't that he was unlovable. He turned around and grabbed a stranger, seamlessly getting married right then and there. After leaving the Civil Affairs Bureau, Laura held up her freshly printed marriage certificate and flaunted it in front of him, declaring she'd never see him again. She even wished his future wife would be cheated on, and his company would go bankrupt. After venting his anger, Laura then walked away triumphantly, arm in arm with her new husband Milan, right in front of her ex. Little did he know, he just snatched away a billionaire CEO. It turned out Laura, desperate to save face on her divorce day, had spent 3,000 yuan to hire a fake marriage partner online. But on the day they went to register, Laura mistakenly took the CEO for the man she'd hired online. Without a word, she dragged him into the Civil Affairs office and processed their marriage registration. The CEO also assumed Laura was the marriage partner arranged by his grandmother, so he completed the registration without question. Yet before starting her new life, Laura's first act was to storm her ex-husband's home with movers. Every usable item in this house must be hauled away. Even the bathroom toilet must be dismantled. Her mother-in-law accused her of rebellion, demanding, "What right do you have to take our things?" Laura retorted, "The right that I bought every single one of them. All these years, I worked dawn to dusk to fund your company. The moment he had money, he cheated, so she wouldn't indulge him anymore." Her daughter Lily pointed out, "Grandma's hair extensions were paid for by you too." Hearing this, Laura showed no mercy at all. She even took back the money spent on Grandma's hair. When her ex-husband returned from the Civil Affairs Bureau, he found the house completely empty. He was utterly dumbfounded. "Where are all our things?" he demanded. His mother blamed him. "It's all your fault. Your ex-wife took everything." John noticed something odd about his mother's head. "Where's your hair?" he asked. His mother wailed. Laura took that too. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the assistant urgently informed the CEO, "We made a mistake with the bride earlier. The woman originally scheduled to marry him had an accident en route and never arrived. Thus, by a twist of fate, he ended up marrying another woman." Only now did the CEO suddenly understand. No wonder Laura had mistakenly thought her job was as a driver. But upon reflection, Milan didn't consider this a bad thing. Instead, he chose to go with the flow. At least this bride wasn't marrying him for money. Just then, the assistant abruptly asked the CEO, "Is there any trace of the woman who saved you 7 years ago?" But time had blurred his memory. He could barely recall her face, only a faint memory of a red butterfly birthmark on her shoulder. What the CEO never could have imagined was that Laura, the woman who'd accidentally married him, was the very person who saved his life 7 years ago. And the little girl before him, Lily, was his biological daughter. No wonder the CEO felt an inexplicable warmth toward her. Lily also felt an immediate connection to this new father. Laura asked Milan when he'd be available to help register Lily's household registration. Milan replied they should meet Grandma first. Truthfully, his marriage to Laura had been forced. Milan's grandmother had been in poor health, but she longed to see Milan married. Milan wanted to fulfill her wish. Upon hearing about Milan's grandmother's health, Laura accompanied him to visit the elderly lady. To their surprise, the moment Grandma laid eyes on Laura, she was thoroughly pleased with this newly arrived daughter-in-law. She then remarked that since it was their first meeting, and she hadn't prepared any gifts, this card contained 200 million. "Just make do with this," she said. Hearing the amount, Laura was stunned and blurted out, 200 million. Milan nearly choked on his drink. In Laura's eyes, he was just a driver. He quickly explained Grandma's memory was failing, and she always thought she was a billionaire. The innocent Laura seemed to understand instantly, yet felt like she'd missed something. When the old lady saw Lily, she was overjoyed. She explained Lily was the spitting image of the CEO as a child, pointing at Milan and saying he looked exactly like him when he was little. The more she looked, the more she adored them. She even insisted on holding her. After both their marriage goals were achieved, Laura brought up divorce. But seeing the warm family scene, the CEO wanted this happiness to last. Taking advantage of Laura's worry about her ex-husband causing trouble, he planned to mention it during their house hunting break. He told Laura a friend's tenant had just vacated a place near her daughter's school. Laura was thrilled and said she'd go see it tomorrow. But then, when she saw it, holy crap, it was a villa. The monthly rent must be tens of thousands. But the landlord's asking price nearly knocked Laura's jaw off. She asked how much such a huge place would rent for. The landlord said 4,000 to 6,000. This price shocked Laura again. Turns out Milan had his assistant rent out his own mountain estate to him, and specifically requested his identity not be revealed. To make the charade more convincing, the CEO's assistant even emphasized he owned numerous properties, and rented them out based on personal connection, not price. Thus, with the CEO deliberately cutting her a break, Laura secured the luxurious villa for just over 4,000 yuan. But while the CEO was packing her belongings for the move, he accidentally noticed the red birthmark in her photo. Only then did he realize she was the very person who had saved his life 7 years ago.